the young family member, the younger brother of
Hmm.
the group, and so I
Yep.
learned a lot from those guys. I did
Hmm.
have a question for you. As far as when it comes to in how did you feel when you first learned about us as the Backstreet
Hmm.
Boys? Because we obviously started, and then obviously Lou was doing things with a lot of different people and a lot of different bands
Hmm.
and stuff like that, and then obviously an incredible band named NSYNC was formed.
Hmm.
And but when you knew about us as the Backstreet Boys, like what was your feeling like,
Hmm.
kind of being in the same circle?
Yeah. Well, the whole way Lou Pearlman got us, together, and we formed this group was because of you guys. Like he led with you guys saying, "Look, this is what I've done. Look at these guys." He would show us some videos. We listen to your music, and we were just so happy. We're like, "This is great. We're going to be on a record label with, guys like us, and it's gonna be the new Motown, right? Like we're gonna have like a
Yeah,
Motown type of
totally.
situation." So that was my initial thought of what was going to happen until I started finding out, a few weeks into it that, oh, wait, we can't tell anyone that we're a group. Oh, okay. We can't even tell anyone at the record label that we're a group. Oh, okay. And
Wow.
then they start putting things in your head. Lou would always tell us things like, I put these guys together, but now they're going to be breaking up. They don't, their heads are too big now. So that's why I wanted to form another band because there's no way that they're going to stick together that long. Nick wants to go solo. It's not going to last. So those are the things that we're putting our heads like, oh, well,
Yeah.
that's horrible. Like, why would these boys do that to Lou? How mean. And then that's when we started to get into competitiveness of like, great, all right, we'll be your band, Lou. We won't treat you bad. We won't turn out like those guys.
Yeah.
And then of course in the end, it was all just one big lie.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's I mean there was, I'd say, pros and cons to the rivalry in my opinion.
Mm.
Um Obviously the pros would be, I'd like to say, a healthy competition is good for anyone out there, if you can use it in a way, in a positive way.
Yeah.
Um
It
and
keeps making you better and better.
100%. I mean, they like to say I like to go back. There was the Rolling Stones and Beatles. Nowhere, not comparing us in any way to those bands, but there was always the yin and the yang, of the bands. And I feel that I feel as if the years later, we have a bond. I learned that with some of the guys in your group, and all the other bands like O Town, NSYNC, 98 Degrees. Become friends with all of these guys, and realize that there's only a certain group of people that actually share the same sort of parallel journey as
Yeah.
us. And it's and
Yeah.
you and I, right?
Yeah. Well, it's an experience that you can't explain unless you're living it. It's really hard to explain what we went through because it wasn't just, oh, we were entertainers or, oh, we were, famous or celebrities. It was just a different level of fame. I mean, it was something that I grew up loving New Kids on the Block and I kind of saw that fandom, but there's really nothing like a fandom of a boy band. And I mean, you see that even today with BTS. It's just a different level, and
Yeah,
and it's amazing and so much fun. But then there's sometimes where you feel a little scared. You think it's a little too big. You're like, like I'm gonna get
one
hurt.
hundred percent.
Um,
100%.
yeah.
Hey, so changing the subjects, or staying kind of within the same subject but a little lighter. Um, Songs, like,
Mhm.
was there? What was your? How can I put this? What was your favorite Backstreet Boys song?
Uh, my favorite Backstreet Boy song is definitely "The Call." I loved "The Call."
Really?
And I love that and the video. When I saw that video, which was the first time I heard the song, I'm like, oh man, that would have been such a great NSYNC song. Like I loved it. So
That's
that one definitely
exactly
would be.
that's exactly how
Mhm.
I feel about "I Want You Back."
Oh yeah,
That's exactly,
the
yeah.
very first one.
That's the same feeling that
Uh,
because a lot of people, maybe they don't know that we came from the same camp, as far as the producers go. Max Martin,
mhm. Yeah,
who
Max
also
Martin,
did.
which we always felt, to us, we always felt like the black sheep wherever we went because we would. we would always come after you guys, right? Y'all started in Germany first, we come to Germany. You signed the record label, we signed with the record label. You went to Max Martin, we went to Max Martin. And we always felt that we were never good enough, because you could feel that loyalty. You know, you felt the loyalty from the record label to you guys. You felt the loyalty from Max Martin to you guys.
Yeah.
So we always felt like we were very kind of alone and like in it, you know, just by ourselves. And I think that's what really kind of grew the competition also, because we had so much to prove, because it felt almost impossible to get to you guys' level.
Well, I tend to respectfully disagree. I think you guys were brilliant in your own right. I think that we together created some incredible memories and moments for people out there that are going to last forever. And I hope that, you know, because of the rivalry and because of the things that happened, it led to this moment right here that we're at having a conversation where a lot of our fans probably never dreamed would happen.
Yeah, no, it's great. And we get to experience or share this experience and really show our growth for everyone, because, you know, a lot of people watching right now, I mean, you grew up with us. I mean, a lot of people knew you when you were 12 years old. So, you know, when you grow up in the public eye like that, it's, you know, people really, they feel like they start to feel like your family, and even the fans start to feel like family, because you know so many of them for so many years. But it's fun to see not only ourselves grow, but to see you guys grow, you know, in the public eye, and to see our fans grow up too, you know, turning from, you know, teenagers to adults to parents now, some grandparents now. It's been fun.
Yeah, I'm actually, so are you excited what's your feelings about now having children? I mean, I've got 3, so what's your...
I'm going to need lots of advice, because I have no idea what I am doing, but I don't think any parent really knows what they're doing right when they have their first kids. So look, I trust that we're going to have an incredible village around us to help guide us into what we need to know in order to, you know, raise amazing kids. They're going to have the best aunts and uncles ever around them.
Yeah, what is that saying? It takes a village to raise raise a family, right? Yeah, and I totally agree with that. So I mean,
and what I was used to that too, because, you know, when I grew up in Mississippi, and, you know, I grew up in the church, and that's what I loved about growing up in the church, was the feel of community. And that's what I want to feel around raising the kids.
100%. Yeah. There's nothing like it, Lance. There's nothing in this world better than getting the love from your children. You're gonna be such a great father. You know, both of you are going to be incredible parents, and so I really wish you the most incredible life with your family. So, God bless you for that.
You know, we are super excited to figure this out, but yeah, we're nervous but very excited. All right, Nick, I know we were sent a few questions from the fans out there that they really wanted to ask. So how about we go through a few of these right now?
Absolutely.
All right, first question. I like this. What paternity advice would you give me?
Wow, that leads right into that. That's so nice.
Perfect.
You know, I'd say the journey of being a father or a parent is the discovery in itself. You're gonna learn things that you never knew you were capable of doing and being. And, you know, the best advice that I could give is just, I like to say, try to be in the moment as much as possible. You and I, you know, we're working, we're business guys, you know, like we're in the entertainment business, and, you know, whether it's a podcast, whether it's, you know, a show here or an album there, whatever we're doing out there, you know, it tends to be hard to just kind of delegate your time. And so I feel as if the best advice I can give you is just, they grow fast. They go really, really fast, and just, just be there and present as much as you can be. So that's the best advice I
Yeah.
can give.
Yeah, and that's what I plan. I also think that uh, the holidays, going to Disney, those type of things is just such a better experience through the eyes of kids. I can't wait to get that magic back for the holidays.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
invite you and your family down to Key West to go boating with me.
Woohoo! I am so down. Well, because we're moving to Miami, so we're going to be in Miami for at
Yeah,
least half the time.
you
Yeah.
were saying that.
Hmm.
It's gorgeous down there. Love it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's the best.
um, yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
speaking of this I thought of something because of that question. You're talking about, the business. We're in the music business. When do you remember the moment that you realized that what you were doing was a business and it wasn't just, for fun anymore? Was there a certain moment you're like, oh crap, this is like, we got to treat this like business?
I mean, I think for me, I've never really looked at it like business. That's just my point of view. I've learned over the years that there is a business and you should be aware of it for sure. But I've always just tried to live in the moment and just enjoy the entertainment aspect of it and the performances and the show. Um, Although there is an old story that we've talked about with the guys, which is we did a show down in Florida in the Temptations. Actually, they did a performance, and we were opening up for them, and the lead founding member, who was the last one alive at that time, he said, you need the best bit of advice that I could give you is that make sure uh, that when you're performing on stage that you're watching your business. And he goes, there's show and there's business. So when you're on your stage, make sure you're watching your business so it's not walking away. So that's
So
one of the
true.
best bits of advice.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I got a
Um,
question or do you want to ask the next one? Because we got a list here.
no, 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 because you have it in front of you, right? So we'll just go down
Yeah.
the list here. All right,
Yes, I
you
do.
can get the next one.
I have my
All right.
sheet.
Oh, by the way, that was Clau Martinez for that first question. Thank you, Clau.
Oh
All right.
yes. Okay. Okay. Well, this is from at Argy Argy. Okay, I hope I got that right. All right. Which opposite band member would you be and why, Lance?
What opposite band member would I be and why? So if I were to be in Backstreet Boys,
Yes.
oh yeah, I mean I would definitely want to be Kevin because I always felt so bad that y'all didn't have a real bass.
That's true. Yes.
Such had to dig down in
Oh
Kevin.
my God. Oh my God. I can't. That's called truth. I love you, Kevin. I love you. And he'll admit it, actually. He'll try to smoke as many cigars before he comes to the studio now to sound like you. That's for sure.
I'll give him some tips. Yeah, my voice dropped to this low when I was probably 14 years old, so there was no singing high for me my entire life. I feel like, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, you were a true bass. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's fun, but
That's
it was
remarkable.
crazy because when we first started the group, I literally thought, at 16 years old, I didn't know what we were doing. I thought we would just be hired at Disney to be that kind of a cappella group. So we
Yeah.
were an a cappella group, and I felt like, this was my thing. I fit so well in an a cappella group. I love being a true bass. And then once you're signed to a record label, and then you can afford music, then all that kind of goes away. I'm like, oh man, I don't get to do my a cappella stuff anymore. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Great harmonies, though. That's for sure.
Good times, good times. Okay,
You want to do the
what
next
about
one?
you? No, I want to know your answer. Who would you
Oh,
switch
that's
with?
yeah. I'd want to be Lance Bass. Why wouldn't I?
Oh,
He
you have to
he's
say that.
handsome. He's got frosted tips. He's got a deep voice. I mean, why not?
And he got all the ladies. He got all the ladies. Yeah.
The ladies and the tits.
I wish that is the sad part of the era that we were in. Obviously, there was no way I was able to, tell my truth while we
Yeah.
were in the group. But how much more fun would it have been to been able to be out in a group like that with so many
Yeah.
female fans and then like the gay fans too? It would have just been so much fun. Oh, I wish I could go back
Yeah.
and change it all.
Well, at the end of the day, it's things are meant to be, and that's why
True.
we're here now, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, that was at ARGY, so thank you, RG.
RG.
Um, all right, Nick, what's the hardest part of growing up in a boy band?
Mm. Hard part. I'm literally chewing an ice cube while we're doing. Sorry, that's a habit of mine.
Etiquette, Nick, etiquette.
Etiquette. That is not etiquette. Not classy at all. So the hardest part of growing up in a boy band, I mean, you pretty much are experiencing life. From the age of 12 all the way in the public eye. That can be very hard. Growing up, in the public eye.
Yeah.
So, what
It's
about you?
true. I mean, the same thing, you grow up fast. I didn't start as early as you, but at 16, I didn't know what was going on in the world, especially from my little small town in Mississippi. I hadn't even really left the state that much.
Yeah,
So, jumping into something, an experience like this, where you're in a group with much older people, they've had life experience, they're already dating. I had to grow up super fast, just overnight, and
yeah,
especially moving to Germany at 17, where it's very open minded over there. So
absolutely.
I learned life very quickly, and it came at
Yeah.
me fast. Yeah, so I'll
I
agree with
do.
you on that one.
So, speaking about Germany, a lot of people might not know, but that was pretty much where both NSYNC and Backstreet Boys started,
Mhm.
because really
Yeah.
America at that time they were not accepting boy bands at all.
No, no. We had already been, New Kids on the Block. We're already like taking a break, and so that ship had sailed. Everyone made fun of pop music, especially in that era. It was like cheesy, bubblegum
Yeah,
pop. And I didn't even know what a boy band was until we went to Germany. When we got together, we were just called a group.
yeah,
But we go over,
yeah,
and I didn't know that there was this term boy band. We're like, okay, we
yeah,
get to Germany, and there's 500 boy bands on the charts from every country.
yeah.
It was insane to see that. Like I never knew that even existed until the day I landed in Europe.
Yeah, no, that was what an
Mhm.
experience. And we would run into each other all the time. If you remember,
Yeah. Well, it's a small
popcorn
country.
explosion, what do they call it?
Popcorn. Yes, yes, yes.
The Bravo
Radio Reagan
magazine
was.
shoots. The
Yes, yes.
Bravo magazine shoots, Lance. Do
Uh,
you remember there was this photographer, his name was Fred.
oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever remember Fred from Bravo. And
Yes,
they
of
were some
course.
of the
Mhm.
most very odd photo shoots.
It was it's like they were like playing a joke on the Americans, over there, because I feel like every photo shoot that both of our groups would do, they'd be back there saying, "Look, how can we make them look like the biggest fools right now?" Like, okay, we're just going to paint them all gold. All right, great. Oh no, we're going to put them in cowboy outfits. Now they're all going to be kangaroos. It was the silliest photo shoots I've ever done in my entire life.
It's so true. Oh my God. Yeah, I was gonna while moving on to this next question. I think we already answered the one about our favorite, or what was the least favorite. Do you want to do the least one, the least favorite song, or might as well,
Oh,
right?
least favorite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
Well,
I
I'll
hate to
ask you the
say what
question.
my
What's your
least
least
favorite
favorite?
is. Within sync, it's "Here We Go." That song just it grates on me.
Here we go, one more time,
Uh, I
everybody.
mean,
Yes, yes.
yeah, and
I
I will
loved it.
say that
I loved it.
my hatred my hatred for it, I think, started because the video was basketball, and my disdain for playing basketball. I love watching it, but I can't play it, and in fact, it hurts me to play it.
2 points.
And when you,
2
I got
points.
2 points in our charity basketball event, and oh, this was great because when we lived in Germany, and of course, the fans were fighting. We all thought, okay, let's again come together and show that we, like each other, right? So we decided to do a charity basketball event. And
Yeah.
we would put everyone's names in a hat, and everyone would draw, and it would divide up with all these different German artists and everything. Well, the way that the way that it spread out, I was the only NSYNC member to join most all the Backstreets, and I think maybe you were the only one that joined NSYNC. Were you on the
It was
NSYNC team?
me. It was me. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it was.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was one, I didn't know anyone. I mean, we were just brand new. I didn't know any of you guys, but it felt so great for the day because I felt so loved because I felt like
Yeah.
a Backstreet Boy for the day. Like I was like, this is how they get treated. This is amazing. So yeah, so I got to know what it felt like
Oh
to
my
be a
God.
Backstreet Boy for a day.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah,
Mm,
I guess the song you started off with for me. They say they
that
like to
was
say,
yeah,
"Want to be good girl, bad boy." Whatever. It could have probably got
yeah.
the album. I
That
didn't
might be
want to
on the
agree
top of
with
my
it.
list too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Real. So moving on. This I had actually a really funny answer for this. Who did that one? That was we got to
uh,
give a shout out to him.
let's see. Well,
Poetica
Natalia did that one.
Jess.
There you
Poetica
go.
Jess.
Poetica Jess.
Yeah, Poetica Jess.
Right.
And okay, so the next one I want to hear yours, but I have one too. So what would be
Okay.
if we formed a boy band? What would the name be? So you want to go?
Like if
I got it.
at this
I
age,
got it.
yeah, what is it?
So it would be Nancy, Nick, and
Nancy.
Lance.
Oh,
Nancy.
I like it. Okay, I'm into Nancy. Let's do
You
this.
cool with
Let's do
Nancy? That's the
this.
name. It's a new boy band named Nancy.
I mean, I'll go with Nancy. I'm so into that. Oh, it's our couple name. We already have a
Yes,
hashtag couple name.
it's hashtag Nancy. Oh my God, I'm dying right now. And I'm
I
sweating.
love
I happen to
it.
choose 109 degrees outside to do this. Okay,
I
anyways.
know. Look,
Powder?
I lived in Vegas too, man. It's the
Did
best
you?
town. I love. Oh yeah, I lived in Vegas in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
love it here.
I still have my 702 number. Still got that number.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a special
Hmm.
number. You want to ask
All
the next
right.
question?
Let's
Oh,
do it.
That was Mel Kilip. I think
Melclip.
that was.
Melclip. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Which or what is one of your favorite moments in your career? Oh, this is a good one. So name a couple of just things that really stood out to you in your career.
Things that stood out in our career. I mean, it tends to always be like some of the award shows, the performances, MTV Music Awards, Grammys. I know there was we did a Grammy performance where we were honoring a lot of the Motown stuff, with Boys to Men and all those groups, and that I think those are the ones that really stand out. Best times in our career, and I mean, honestly, Lance, we just did this a couple years back ago. We did the residency in Vegas here, and that was a really incredible experience to just be. And actually, it did so much for my family because I moved from Los Angeles to Vegas. And then I moved my son here at the age of like 1. And then we just stayed here, and I just pretty much have built an entire just, family and home here in Vegas. So that I'd
Mhm.
say probably the residency was the most impactful thing in
Mhm.
my life, to really just creating a foundation. So that was for me. What
Yeah.
about you?
No, I mean it's true, and people don't realize Vegas is actually an incredible city to raise your family in. Like it
Yeah,
is great. A couple of things that stand out for me. I loved doing Rock in Rio. Did y'all get to play Rock in Rio?
we did. I think. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know if we did or not.
it
We
was.
might have.
Yeah, I think
So
they
what
did
was
it
your
every
experience
few
with that?
years. It was just one of those moments, it was kind of early on in our career. We had never been to Brazil before, and I love Brazilian people. So I was just excited to be there, but I've never seen,
Obrigado.
obrigado. I I never seen that many people in my life at a show.
Yep.
It was the first time I experienced a festival show where you couldn't see the back of the audience. I mean, it was a million people all packed into one, and it was just overwhelming. And the noise that came off of that, you
Yeah.
got these goosebumps that never went
Yeah.
away. I mean, you walk out on that stage and it's like, oh my gosh. So that
I
was
bet you. I
definitely a
bet you
big.
if we ever. Sorry to interrupt you, but I bet you if we ever did an NSYNC Backstreet Boys tour, we could definitely play some of those stadiums down in South America.
I think so. I think so. What is up with Brazil just loving our groups? Like, do you
I,
feel that? Because I get
that's just.
so many comments from Brazilians.
I just think. I just think they're really passionate, and I like to say when it comes to a boy band, um, especially from us late '90s, early 2000s. you have to be a very, I'd say, special fan that doesn't care what people think about necessarily, like about you, the kind of music
Yeah.
that you listen to. At that time, it was kind of, oh, you like Backstreet Boys, oh, you like NSYNC, or I don't know if they did it with you guys, but they would do it with us, and you like the Backstreet Boys, oh, like, and they'd make fun of you as you'd be walking down, in a mall or whatever in
Yeah.
America, and mocking you, and we heard that all the time. So I think
Oh
down
yeah.
there, and you know, listen, I think it's all over the world. If you are a fan of NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, you're a very, strong and special person and fan. And I think and you're proud. You're proud.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
prideful. You're prideful.
I love it. I love it. It's perfect because it's Pride Month.
Right.
All right, we have a last question here from Sophie. What are you both excited about being part of Suki? All right, yes, we have
Yeah, we
been
got to
kind
talk
of
about that.
teasing a little
Yeah.
Suki out there. One
Yeah.
of the things that Nick and I have bonded over this last year was really over
Yep.
cryptocurrency, which is like the new thing, and I love
Yep.
anything fresh and new, and I love
Yep.
anything nerdy like that. So
Totally.
it's something that you've been in for years now,
Hmm.
and you've taught me so much. And you're the one who introduced me to this Suki world, which is going to be so
Yeah.
much fun. We can't really say exactly what we're doing with them right now, but
Yes.
it is going to be really fun, and we get to be so creative
Yep.
with this brand, and we're going to be making some really, really fun stuff for you
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah. It's we're calling it Suki Saves the World. That's what we're
Mm-hmm.
calling it, and we are Lance and I are coming together to use cryptocurrency um, as a means to do something bigger,
Mm-hmm.
to essentially save the world. And this character that we found, Suki,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna do what we can to introduce Suki to the world, and find some really really cool ways to give back. So you'll be hearing that
Yeah.
very soon.
And Suki wears a spacesuit. I mean, come on. It's going
Oh
to be so
yeah,
much
yeah,
fun.
yes.
It's so much
You know,
fun.
yeah, I know we've been on for a while. How long have we been on for? We actually,
43 minutes.
wow, I think that's the
I
longest I've
know.
ever been on Instagram
I
Live
remember,
ever.
remember, we're like, oh, we got to keep it at 30. People are going to get bored after 30
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah. I thought this would be a really good segment. I do. Would you like, because you did space school, right? Essentially, like, and
I did, yeah.
you went. What was the program called? Well, again, what?
Just the Russian space program. I
Awesome.
was over there in Russia. Yeah.
What? That's really really cool. So my question to you: would you ever go on SpaceX?
I mean,
Would you do
yeah,
it?
I mean, it would be fun. SpaceX and, rides like that are basically a roller coaster. And yes, it would be fun to go up
Yeah.
and experience zero G and come back down. But my mission was always been and still is to go do some really fun work up on the ISS. So I was going to be living on the International Space Station for 10 days, doing environmental studies and blood work studies with my commander. So that's
Wow.
because as a kid, I dreamt of being an astronaut. So like it was amazing to have a real mission instead of just be
Yeah.
like, oh, you're just gonna go up to space and float around. But in order to stay on the ISS, you gotta work. And I was real
Yeah.
excited to do those experiments while I was up there.
Yeah. So, well, maybe with Suki, we can really go to the moon.
That's right. You better believe it.
We
It'll
can
be,
go to the
and
moon.
I think we're gonna have a moon base in our lifetime. I really do. I think we're gonna have a really fun moon base that people can go and vacation at and get to experience that. It'll be
Yeah.
nice. Okay, maybe not in our lifetime, but it's gonna happen.
I one other thing, since it is Pride Month, I guess we can kind of tease a little something. Lance, what do you say?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Tell them all about it. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So what we're talking about doing? Oh, somebody said Joey requested to live.
Oh
Maybe we should
yeah.
bring him on.
Bring in
Uh,
Joey, yes.
I'll bring
He's
him
gonna
on.
be
I'll bring
there.
him on. Hold on. Yeah. Well, we gotta can't give away too much, right? I think that's what they were saying. Let's see.
Yeah, Joey, don't give away too much.
Don't give it away, Joseph.
Blabbermouth.
Joey. Come on, come on, come on, work. There he is. Real Joey Fatone. It's got a blue check. Hold on. Someone laughed in the background. Who was laughing?
Jess. That's Jess, of course.
Oh God! And just so you know, this is just a non-alcoholic spritzer, and it's delicious.
I am not saying anything.
And this is straight.
No!
Joey
What's up,
Fatone!
Joe?
I've been listening to your dumbasses talk the whole time.
Oh my God!
It's actually very inquisitive, and I like to talk. It's nice.
Did you learn anything new, Joey?
Yeah, I learned that you're now Nick's best friend. I learned that. Me and Nick have many
you've been tossed, Joey.
We've been hanging out. We've worked together. You know, we've talked about doing other things, but now all of a sudden,
No,
it's best friend. It's cool.
Well, look.
No,
You never had the frosted
no.
tips.
Go ahead. Talk
that thing's frosted. That thing is frosted right there. Look at that.
No, that's real, buddy. This is the only thing I don't color. I usually color it. This shit is white, people.
You look like Ricky Martin.
Yeah, more like Rocky Dennis. Hey, so tease a little bit. I don't want to say much because I don't want to.
Well, we can. You're on here or whatever. We might as well tease a little bit of it. Yeah. So it's so basically, Lance, Joey, myself, AJ maybe. We're gonna be we're just gonna say we're gonna be doing a little something special, and we're gonna announce it in the next week. I think this next week coming up. And it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be really big, and we're really excited.
And it's great because we're doing it for Pride, which will be really great.
Yeah, I was about to say it's one of those things where all these kind of things as far as Pride is near and dear to our hearts. Of course, let's be real here, Lance. Right. After we made out and I found out that you were gay, it happened.
You're the one who turned me gay, Joey.
we all live in a community, especially the entertainment community, which there's a lot of LGBTQ, and that's for us. I love that, and I embrace that from the minute I started in high school. It was that kind of thing where it was like everybody has, or should be, not has to, should be themselves. There's no reason to put up a front about anything. And I know, again, when you were talking about it earlier, Lance, it would have definitely been different if you would have came out. And who's to say if it would have went amazing or left field? We don't know, but times are definitely, thank the Lord, that they're changing and they're moving on to do bigger and better things, and more people are more open and more people are more acceptable. And that's the other thing. People get all tied up of people's business. Let's be real. It's their business. And whatever they want to do behind closed doors is your business.
Stay out of my
best friend Richie. Yeah, my best friend Richie is gay. He came up to me. He's like, yo, man. He goes, he didn't want to tell me. He was so afraid. And I was like, yo, I love you. I don't love you, but I love you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to make out. Like, I'm not going to be my boyfriend. But, dude, you do you. And whatever that is, I love it.
It's so nice to have, I mean, obviously you guys are not gay, but to have allies like you guys.
How do you know?
Well, there's always tomorrow. But, to have the allies like you guys, I mean, it's so important to our community because, look, especially, years ago, no one's going to listen to us, right? They listen to guys like you, people that, want to spread the love and this message of acceptance, and it doesn't even deal with you. Like, it has nothing, you don't even relate to it. And I think that it really moves the needle a lot when you see people like you supporting our community. So thank you.
What do you mean? People like me, I'm known in the gay community as a bear.
Yes, you're officially
I'm known as a bear.
The question is, are you a grizzly bear? Are you, what kind of?
No, I'm not hairy. Usually the bears are really hairy. I'm not very hairy. I don't grow. It's very light, very light.
You're almost like a Santa Claus bear. Oh yeah.
This is Saoirse.
What is this? 5 or 6? I'm kidding.
This is 2.
Hi, darling.
This is my baby girl Saoirse. Oh, you okay? Say hi. Say hi. Like, I don't like it.
Hello.
Anyways, I got to get back to take care of some kids.
Cute.
Oh, you want to say hi? Say hi.
Hello.
Okay.
But it's exciting. It's nice to do. It's nice, again, to wrap that up as far as what you were saying. It's really nice to be a part of the community and just support. Because I mean, again, it's one of those things where it's you just be accepted. Everybody just wants to be accepted in one way, shape, or form. And people have different ways that they act or they feel or how expressive they are, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're not hurting anybody or doing anything really stupid to harm anybody else or yourself.
Yeah.
It should be that simple. It really should. That's what my mom always told me. She's like, as long as you're not hurting someone, like really hurting someone, it's none of their business. Like you do you, which I love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and I think too, you know, that's coming. I said this before, but coming out of the pandemic and everything that we as society have gone through together, I feel like this is the most incredible moment to be able to, like, this month, this time, you know, the message that we can get out there together is that it's about unity. It's time for us to come together, you know, as people, and differences aside, and that is the message that we are spreading along, you know, with all my guys and from NSYNC and everybody here. So I'm really, really excited. And thank you, Lance, and thank you, Joey. I mean, listen, the truth is, you know, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. You
Feelings
are
mutual,
incredible
brother.
people. You are incredible people, and I've come to just know you and who you are over the years, and I really respect you. And thank you for letting me be a part of your journeys. So.
Oh, well,
Nick,
same
stop
here,
it.
man.
Hold on. I'm not gonna kiss your ass, Nick. Let's go there.
I mean, we made out too, Joe. Come on, like, I mean, we did Dead Seven.
I was about to say, I wish we had a fly on the wall when we were in Butte, Montana. I wish we had a couple of cameras, because the questions that were coming out of each other were absolutely amazing. That was really fun. Maybe we can do another time one day to talk about that. But it was so much fun. But I had such a blast. I wish, Lance, I wish you were there. I know some people were like, "Oh, I don't want to do that." Dude, I had a blast. I had a great time. I bonded with you. I bonded with Howie. Yeah. Probably more than I ever have in my life. It was awesome. It was great.
Yeah, we'll do it again since Lance is the producer extraordinaire. You know, we're gonna have to...
Oh yeah, we should do it. You know what? We should do an annual. We should do an annual horror film every year with all of you guys. I will produce it. I will make this stuff good.
Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Or even better, we're brainstorming, do a haunted house where we produce the haunted house.
Ooh, I mean, you're speaking my language, Joey.
I got an idea. Going off of that, you know, that event that was out in Hollywood that everyone would go, Adam Levine.
The haunted hayride?
No, the Adam Levine thing at the Hollywood cemetery.
Yeah.
You remember?
Really
we got to do our own.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it now.
Dude,
we got to do our own.
The Hollywood Forever Cemetery is so great at Halloween. I've been to so many events there. That is where I want to be buried, because they have fun there. They do.
Oh, God. That's so fun. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys really soon.
Definitely.
And
I think you will be seeing me very soon at some point.
Yes, you will. Very, very soon. And I would like to say, you know, it is Pride Month, and I like to promote the Trevor Project at this moment. So anyone watching right now that, you know, doesn't have someone to talk to, and you want to express yourself, give the Trevor Project a call, because they'll have someone anonymously listening to you and giving you great advice. You don't have to give 100%. Your name. Yeah. Awesome. But thank you, guys. This has been fun. Let's do this again.
Hey, man, I was just here for the ride. Soon. I didn't do crap. I just hung out.
The hay ride.
I just showed up. I listened to you guys banter. I came on for 2 seconds. I said my piece.
Yeah, it's kind of like how you were with NSYNC. Just
exactly. Nobody listens to me when I was in NSYNC.
I can't.
Who was the person that nobody listened to in the group? Nobody listened.
Me and you.
That's a good question. Are you asking? Yeah. All right, guys. I love y'all. I'll see you later.
All right, love you guys. Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.